Hey, what it do, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of I Hate the Homies, and we glad that you do. Rock Teasy is who I be, episode number 89.
It's your boy Griff, a.k.a. Griffstradamus, a.k.a. Jason the Jet Terry, a.k.a. Mr. Go Blue. And episode 89, man, I was going through, right? But I'm going to just go with Steve Smith, the little itty-bitty man from Carolina who went to Baltimore, who always been sweet. And I hate the homies.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
It's a good one. It's your boy Super Dave. Let's not forget about it's been a cowboy. Billy Joe Dupree.
Billy Joe Dupree.
You remember him?
I remember him.
Okay.
All right.
89. All right.
He's all right.
He's for the Cowboys. For the Cowboys fans out there.
Yeah, he got overshadowed by number 88, but that's a whole other story. You know what I'm saying?
Guess what?
We don't care. But we do care about when everybody talking about Cam Newton getting into a little altercation / fight / scuffle, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying?
Get some defensive linemen to help you next time / get the Washington Redskins.
So we're going to get into that. I'm sure everybody's seen the video by now. Also, LeBron James defending his oldest son, Bronny, because all of the critics are coming after him saying he's a little bit overrated. Going to give you our homie's opinion on that. And Charles Barkley calling out Kevin Durant on his lack of leadership. Is he true? Is it not true? It is what it is. And of course, the big storming of the court after a victory, whether it's basketball, football, whatever it is, you know, when the fans storm the court after a big victory, player got injured. A couple things happened this year. So now they're trying to ban it from happening ever again.
Man,
I got an opinion. I don't know about you guys.
Me too.
Let's get into it, man. Episode starts right now. Let's go.
You done messed up, Aaron.
Yeah, huh? I've been geeking for this broadcast. Got me in my bag, cause all they do is talk a lot of trash. Wait until I see them face to face off of this podcast. What you gotta say now? Check the facts, don't have the wrong stat. Rock T, he a genius as a sport, make Ricky smile, boy. Super Davey Holly come up short on like it's Cowboys. Always controversial, Griff call out plays, no rehearsal. Got me talking all in circles. I hate the homies. And Griff be laughing like it's funny. But they never bet no money. They my mans, but they throw me. I hate the homies.
All right, so Cam Newton, ladies and gentlemen, he hosts a 7-on-7 youth football tournament, and it was going down in Atlanta. He's been doing this for a while, him and his pops.
Absolutely.
He
went to Westlake High School. My fifth child is going to graduate from Westlake High School. I know his daddy well and his mom, and I sat next to him. My son was his fullback for 2 years in high school, and Cam has always been 7'7" when all them other children was out there, and he's been doing this in the community even when he was at Florida and Auburn too.
Absolutely. So at this particular tournament that went down in the ATL, it got a little heated. And if y'all have seen the video, if not, we'll post it on I Hate the Homies on Instagram. You go check it out. He got into a scuffle with some coaches. I think a couple players jumped in. But here's the deal. After the story dropped, nobody knew kind of who started it, what happened. Now they're saying
because it was a weird video, right? Like it was.
You could tell people started recording it like right when it had already started, whatever. So now they're saying it was trash talking that went too far. Coaches are saying that Cam Newton was talking trash to the coaches, saying y'all ain't all that, y'all stealing our plays, that ain't gonna work, this and that. They was going back and forth. According to the coaches' side of the story, they were just kind of like, man, Cam, ain't nobody worried about you, man. Just go on now. Ain't whatever. But,
right.
You know, it's 2 to 3 sides to every story. My deal is, I'm going to say this, then I'm going to let y'all kind of take it from here. Look, them coaches found out real fast what 6'5", 260 is all about. Former MVP in the NFL.
You understand me? They found out what the MVP and the Pro Bowler real fast.
That dude came up and tried to sucker punch Cam, and then he was holding off two with one arm, and then he was slinging the other one with the other arm, and not even budging, not even coming close to hitting the ground.
With all that, his hat stayed on his head.
It
Hat
looked like
stayed
an
on.
episode of the Avengers. People
Yeah,
coming
dog.
at the Hulk. That's what it looked like. And number one, if you're gonna jump, when I was growing up, when you got jumped, you was on the ground curled up in the fetal position because everybody was stomping you out and kicking you in the back and trying to hit you in the face. So all you could do is cover up. How you jump somebody and lose? Like it was 9 of them, it looked like. And Cam barely got pushed back like 11 yards to like the gate, but he didn't even kind of go down. Like it was, man, and the bad part, we're laughing at it. The bad part is people have become too sensitive.
That's the world.
People have become too sensitive. Now, let me tell you about Atlanta sports. When I came to the South, I didn't know how big football was in the South, being a Cali dude, right? You know, we had USC and UCLA, and Stanford just got fresh. Like, so not even basically USC and UCLA in the whole Pac-12 when I was growing up, right? And moving to the South and really understanding the culture of football and how they didn't have NFL teams. So Friday nights and at high school and then Saturday nights at the college was huge. And learning about the SEC and the ACC. I've been to parks in Atlanta where these kids is 5 years old, perfect linebacker stance. I mean, it is incredible to watch how, you know, a lot like Texas. So a lot like, you know, baby Texas.
And Florida.
Now that I think about it. Yeah, of course, duh. But to watch these kids and their parents start so young, you know, but so that means by the time they 10 and 11, they with the same people and you know, it's all trash talk. I want my team to win. No offense to your son, but let's go my son. Right. You know what I mean? And I looked at a little podcast, I guess, with the players or the coaches, whoever jumped Cam or tried to jump Cam, they better be glad he on press charges. They were saying how he had been talking crazy for a couple days. So what? Yeah. You know how you shut Cam up in it. You know how you stop Cam Newton in the NFL from ripping his chest open and smiling all big after touchdown. You bust him in the mouth. You laid him down. You intercepted him. That when Cam Newton ain't had no fun, he had the most low self-esteem in the NFL. He was moping. He never recovered. So I just feel like trash talk. Damn, we can't even talk crazy to each other. And like, y'all know I'm a diehard everything. I'm screaming Raiders, Michigan. I go to visiting teams the most. I know how to talk crazy and not cuss around kids and not want to fight and not. I'm just talking. I'm just having fun. Like, y'all rooting for your team. I'm rooting for mine.
Trash talking belongs in sport. It is what it is. It ain't personal. And if you win, great. If you lose,
personal, now it's working.
Now,
hey, better.
Man, listen, man, all this soft, sensitive stuff is like, come on, man, go ahead, Super Dave. I
think the hard part is you have kids sitting there watching adults act the way they act over trash talk. You can't get past that. I don't care if Cam Newton trash talking. I mean, I think we've all been doing that since we've been playing sports. Hell, we do that playing NBA
video games. No, crazy.
Exactly.
Or spades or dominoes or chess.
The way to do it, the way to shut a person up is by beating them.
Beat them.
That's it. But the way the world is now, we're so sensitive about every single thing. It's just
I can't do it.
Unless Cam Newton put his hands on somebody, then they came back after him. Then that's the story. But
he didn't. Because trash talk, that's the oldest streak in the game. We got you out your game. Hey, quarterback, you can't even throw. Now when you fumble, we in your head. Like, that's the rules. Like, I get to do everything except touch you. It all started with baseball. Hey, batter.
Come on, dog.
Swing. It's like it
think,
all.
Just think how.
You remember when we was little? It was so aggressive. Remember they was shaking.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, we want a pitcher, not a belly itcher. All that stuff.
Come on.
And just remember how Cam used to talk noise being the quarterback for the Carolina Panthers, especially when they were winning.
Yeah.
And he would always do the unzipping of the shirt and showing the
Superman. He was
Superman
just giving balls to kids.
Exactly.
And
I mean, but the way you shut him up is by what you said earlier, putting him on the ground.
You bust him in the mouth.
But that's football.
Man.
Yeah.
He's giving his time to the 707.
Right.
Everybody, just him, because we don't know the whole story.
Right.
But everybody acting like kids.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be setting an example.
And let's talk.
We can trash talk. We can trash talk all day.
All day long. But let's talk about the kids real fast because these kids nowadays, they disrespectful.
They need to be busting them
They
out.
coaches. Like when you got and Shannon Sharp said it best, man. You got Cam Newton. Say what you want to say about him. You don't have to be a fan.
Exactly.
You don't have to think that he's good or whatever, but he's at your camp. He's taking his time. You have an opportunity to pick his brain. Let's get it. He's been where you're trying to go.
Yes.
I got 1,000 questions.
He was an MVP.
Fighting.
He was an MVP at the highest level and was considered the best at one point in time. All I'm doing is, Cam, man, show me how to do this. How did you do that?
What's the check off?
This.
Tell me, how you throw that over the shoulder 20 yards. Teach me a proper hook and ladder. What's the best part about a play action? I got a million. How you know the difference between a cover 2 and a cover 3 and a man? I got a million questions.
And look,
I'm asking a million questions. I only have one question for Cam. One question. Why didn't you jump on the ball in that Super Bowl game in the first quarter? Remember he just looked at the ball.
Dog.
You remember that? You remember that? That's the only question I have for him. That's the one question.
Look, and that goes for the coaches too. I'm picking Cam's brain. If I'm a coach, if I'm a youth coach, I'm like, yo, man.
I want Cam to do whatever he does, and I'm gonna say, kids, look what he did. Cam, question real quick, my man. When you saw the defense break down, when did you know to run? Like like you said, Cam, however you feel about him, but again, he went to my kid's alma mater, so I know him. He got in trouble at Florida. He tried to steal a laptop and throw it out the window, and the police was out the window when the other police was in the room, and they kicked him out of Florida. I remember when he left high school early in December. He was supposed to graduate in June, and he left high school early because he was going to be Tim Tebow's replacement. They was bringing him in early so he could really soak in the Florida atmosphere and everything. He leaves. He gets kicked out of Florida University. He goes to the #1 junior college in America, gets him a championship, and then he goes to Auburn and breaks every record in college, wins the Heisman, John Maxwell, #1 pick. Cam has an amazing story. How it kind of fizzled out and all that, I don't even remember that part. I remember his whole story, and he was the MVP. Nobody can take that away from him. He did take his team to the Super Bowl. Will he be a Hall of Famer?
No.
No,
he won't be.
Was he a damn decent quarterback who was a game changer? Absolutely.
Yeah, he made his mark. And when you're watching old NFL films 20 years from now, he's gonna be one of the stories people tell.
There's no Lamar Jackson and no Patrick Mahomes and none of these black quarterbacks without Cam Newton. And then never forget, Cam was 6'5".
He was a unicorn. Like
he was a linebacker.
He was a linebacker playing quarterback,
dog. But then he was 6'5",
and he was 260.
He was so athletic, man. Like you in your linebacker head, you saying he a target. You got to catch him. And then he had a rock. Let's not talk about the rock, dog.
He threw that thing, dog.
Yeah.
6'5", 250, 260, running a 4.5, 4.6, 40, coming downhill.
Cam was special, dog.
And defensive back.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? Like, you a safety. You 210, 220.
You're gonna get your fit. You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get ran over like that running back from the Titans hit you in the mouth. That's how you gonna feel.
Goodness.
So, his first 4 or 5 years in NFL were incredible.
Yeah,
he was putting up numbers, but he also could attack you by running the ball.
But then never forget, he was the first person to be like, man, all these people keep hitting me.
Yeah,
you're. I think after that was the.
Yeah, that was the downfall.
Yeah. You can't complain about getting sacked.
You
can't complain about
man in the whole world, biggest dude on offense that ain't a lineman. Did you just out of your mouth say the league need to do something about these people hitting me?
Once you leave that pocket, you're fair game.
Yeah, I think he was right. I think he was referring to more the late hits after the play was over, but still,
that's the guys getting their last that cheap shot.
Yeah,
because of what he did, but what he did on the football field, and he talked a lot of trash. He did talk a lot of trash on the football field.
And guess what? Guess what that last little shot did? Got him out the NFL.
Hey man,
guess all them last little, and take that with you, Cam.
Yeah. It catches up with you. It does.
Well, speaking of that, man, there's a lot of trash talking about Bronny James, oldest son of LeBron James. And LeBron James come to defend his son on social media. We're going to talk about that next. All right, so look, Bronny has been in the spotlight since he been in 6th grade playing youth AAU basketball, select basketball. And let's just be real. He's had a solid, really, really good youth basketball career.
He's good, man.
He was cold. He was cold. At one point in time, he was probably better than LeBron at the age of 13, 14, when LeBron was around that age. So then he had his cardiac situation with his heart right before the season started this year in college, to start his college
as a freshman at USC. Right.
Absolutely. So that was scary. Thank God he got through it. So now here he is back on the court, and he's playing. He's putting maybe 20 minutes in a game with the squad, averaging 5.5 points a game. I think like 2.8 rebounds, 2.5 assists. And the critics are coming. They're trashing him. They're saying he's not that good.
Which we knew this was gonna happen.
They're saying that he's not gonna be a high draft pick, and the only way he will get drafted because his dad and all this blah 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 blah. So LeBron comes out and says, listen, guys, can you just let the kid be a kid? Let him play basketball and enjoy his college career, and just let things fall in play the way
LeBron, we can't.
And when you are the son of one of the greatest of all time, people are going to talk. So I'll let y'all go first. What y'all think?
I got a problem with this because it's all about LeBron seeing ESPN and some of these other places taking Bronny off the mock draft. Who gives a damn? It's a mock draft. He's still a freshman at where? USC. Was LeBron concerned about this a month ago when the Lakers were going through their troubles back in January? And he said that one statement about Bronny could play for the Lakers right now. No, he couldn't. So when he said that, what are you doing? You putting pressure on your son, and you're making us in the media look at him to be better than what he is. Let him be a kid, LeBron. You didn't do that by what you said just a month ago. You came out and made that statement. Nobody forced you to do that. When the Lakers were going through their struggle, you made the comment. You did about Bronny could play for the Lakers right now, and he couldn't. I said it then, and I'm saying it right now. He's so far away from that. You came out just a year ago saying that one day you want to play with your son. That's fine. A lot of guys, if you're in sports, you want to be able to play with your son if your son is in the game. That's fine. But once you say stuff like that, people in the media, they're gonna take that and run with it, because now you put him out there.
LeBron, don't nobody care about what you're talking about, young. Sir, you've been in the spotlight since you was 15 years old. I remember the Sports Illustrated that said this little boy's next. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to You don't get to talk about nepotism with your son and what it's going to do and then say, let him be a kid. What we really need to worry about is how horrible USC is, period. USC is 11-16, sir. They are 11th in the Pac-12. They are not fresh. And LeBron James' son, even though he's only playing short time, he's averaging 5.5 points a game. I understand that USC is like, we're not going to start this boy with that weak heart, even though doctors done cleared him and everything. USC is not, we don't need that smoke. We're going to put him in. We already losing, so let him come and get some of these garbage points. But LeBron, you don't get to pick and choose who says something about your son and who doesn't something. No, LeBron, no. Your son is a college athlete. Your son is a college athlete, and he can catch all this smoke from all sports commentators. And I understand you a parent. Rock T a parent. His daughter played in the Ivy League. She happens to be fresh, so you just can't come at her any kind of way. But she wide open for criticism too. Absolutely. But she's the number one person on the team and has been for a minute. So she don't have them problems. So well, I think if
but
LeBron,
again, he's mad. But hold on, he's mad about a mock draft, a draft that's not even happening right now.
Well, according to the draft, with 5.5 points a game, you're not going to be on no draft.
Okay, then quit talking about it, LeBron. Let the kid. You say let the kid be a kid. You do the same thing. Let your son play his game. He's never going to be you.
LeBron, you should worry about the Lakers record as well.
Exactly.
Well, I got an interesting twist on this whole situation.
Let me hear it.
Everything that you guys said, accurate. I can't disagree with it. The health part is the first issue, because you're right, Griff. USC's like, listen, and even LeBron probably told USC, look, as much as I would want my son out there on the court 35 minutes a game, man, let him ease into this. It's okay. He ain't got to come out this year. He can come back another year and play. And let's make sure he's gonna get what he needs to get. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, can he play in the NBA? Of course, he's got the talent to play in the NBA. Like, will he be a superstar in the NBA right now? Of course not. But does he have the talent to get there? Yes, he does.
Tremendous upside.
Do I think he will be there? Yes. Would he get drafted this year if he decided to enter the draft? If it happens, it'd be last round somewhere, and somebody say, you know what, they're going to give us Brownie, and we'll send him to the G League for a year, so he can go ahead and continue to develop. And then we'll be ready for him after that. That's what I think is probably going to happen. But then again, he may like college. He may say,
I was about to say, what's the rush? I don't
mind staying in school because I like being a college kid.
Go to the NBA. Your daddy ain't go to no college ever. Yeah. He don't know what it's like. He heard about it. He had friends that went, but you ain't him and he ain't you. So
I got plenty of money. I got plenty of money. I got my NIL deals on my own. I'm gonna enjoy college and
come back next year and be sweet. Like right now, I understand what they're doing, keeping me. But watch next year.
Because here's the deal. Here's my last point. Hold on, Dave. I'm sorry. My last point is this: he's gonna get drafted. He's gonna be in the NBA, and he knows that. Yeah. So he ain't tripping about statistics. He ain't saying I ain't gotta be scoring the leader in the country. I ain't gotta lead my team and all this. He knows, because I'm Bronny Jr. and I got enough ability to play on the next level one day. I'm cool. So that's my opinion, and I think that's the approach that him and his dad and his family are taking.
Okay, with all that being said, what you just said there, if he was anybody else but LeBron James' son, with the numbers he's putting up right now, would you say he's going to the NBA?
We would say he was going to be a bench rider under Matt McClung's Orlando. I don't even know what the G League the Orlando Abracadabras, I don't know. The Orlando Houdinis, I don't know what the G League.
We would not be talking about him right now. I think the biggest part and the biggest pressure for Bronny right now is, and you see this with a lot of guys in sports who got a father follow the father. You saw with Ken Griffey Jr. Sr. I mean, Ken Griffey Jr. Sr. and Ken Griffey Jr. going against, not at the same time, but two baseball players.
Right.
And
but it's something. That incident, Junior was better than Pops.
Okay, and that's what I mean. And when you look at LeBron James and Bronny, I don't think Bronny will ever be where LeBron James is.
No, I don't think so either. But I think Bronny can definitely, if his health,
he'll put it down.
If his health stays, he
don't need a
Bronny
coach.
Can play, man.
I'll give you a good example. Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, and their daddy. Who's the better quarterback out of all of them?
I mean, to me, so
Peyton,
Giant fans, Giant fans is gonna say, but to me,
Eli got 2 Super Bowls now.
Peyton Manning is so smart. He has such a high football, but you could see his head shape and see that he got a big. He the Frankenberry cereal box face, man. And all instead of cereal in the box is just audibles and
Omaha. I love it.
It's just hard to come behind a superstar. Father and son. That's just a hard thing.
But to me, when your dad is yesterday, here's a perfect example. I watched a country western movie called The Outlaw Posse, written and directed and produced by Mario Van Peebles. And his son, Mandela Peebles, I just shot a movie with him last year. So Mandela called me and said, hey, me and my dad in town, come see. So I watched the movie. And at the end, so Mandela, of course, Mario is the star, but Mandela is the other star of the movie. And they look identical. But never forget Melvin Van Peebles. They did the first Posse, and then his son was in that movie. And now here's Mario with his son in that movie. But they was asking him, what's it feel like to be in a movie with your dad? And he was like, man, I've been rehearsing with my dad for 29 years. It's my father. Like, it's what our family does. It's our love language in our family. And I don't think the way they were raised, there's no pressure to be like your dad. They just want you. What parent don't want their kids just to be kids? Yeah. I didn't let my kids get a job when they was living with me because I'll take care of your money. I just want you to be a kid. Have some fun.
Can I come live with you, Dad? Can I come live with you?
You still the right size, Dave. You can get away with it.
Hey, babe, I got a foster kid. like that gangster that always try to be a baby on Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Hey, babe, I need a kind of big onesie. That's what I need.
Kind of big.
And a big oversized sippy cup.
It'd be a Stanley Cup, and he just hold. You know how strong he is.
Yeah.
He can hold a Stanley Cup with one hand. That all you see is neck muscles inside of it.
I want my Prince onesie. That's all I want.
Oh. Yeah, man. So there it is. Bronny gonna be all right. So quit all that doggone LeBron. You fine, man. You've been dealing with this public press stuff. He gonna be all right. He's built for this. So let's keep it moving.
As Griff said, you focus on the Lakers,
boy.
That's a whole nother problem. That's a whole nother problem. But Charles Barkley is focusing on Kevin Durant, pretty much calling his lack of leadership is an issue. So let's get into that next.
He wanted to be KD, but he's not doing it. To me, it's got to be Booker. He's got to be your mental leader and your vocal leader to a certain degree. No disrespect to Kevin. Kevin's a follower. He's not a leader. He's proven that on all his stops. Booker's a hell of a player also. I think he's going to have to take the initiative and take this team to the next level because, man, Kevin's a hell of a player. I ain't never going to say anything bad about him, but I'm saying the same thing with Boston. One of you guys has to step forward. He has to step forward. And for me, for Phoenix to be successful, it has to be Booker.
Charles Barkley says it has to be Booker, but the best line of that whole spiel was no disrespect to Kevin, but he's a follower. and we understand what he means. We understand. We've talked about Kevin Durant several times on this show. We kind of been like, he'll never be the, I think Kevin is already a Hall of Famer.
Oh,
he's already a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And MVP, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he won.
Yeah.
He won one or two of them, didn't he?
Yeah.
I'm thinking multiple. MVP winner. And a dude that just loves, like, literally probably has basketballs in his trunk or in his back seat. Like, the dude is a basketball head, dog. You don't see him at restaurants. You don't see him at clubs. Ain't no pictures of Page 6 when he was in Brooklyn that he was out with somebody. The dude plays 2K and he plays in the NBA, and that's it. Like,
and he does not brush his hair.
I was gonna say, go to that one. You can find balls in the trunk, but you can't find a brush in the car.
Love you, KD, but put a brush on that bad boy, dog.
Man,
I don't have a problem with what Chuck said. I mean, I think we've seen it from when he was at Oklahoma, when he had a 3-1 lead over the Golden State Warriors when he wasn't playing for the Golden State Warriors. They had a chance to knock him out. I think Russ was more of a leader on that basketball team at OKC.
Absolutely.
And then he went to Golden State because he couldn't beat these guys. What happened there? Steph was really the leader of that basketball team.
It's Steph's team.
It was Steph's team. KD came in, did his part, won 2 MVPs, finals MVPs, and won 2 championships with the Golden State Warriors. But I think the telling story when he went to Brooklyn, you can tell there was no leadership there because you had.
And he could have, and we said it for episodes.
And you had 3
knuckleheads. Not saying, "Come on, Kyrie, come on, man, let's coach. We got it out here. Just let me run it through me, coach." And like Charles said, he a follower. Charles, and then here go the ill part. He ain't lacking for loot. He don't need money. So he ain't going to these places because he's so pressed for money. I just think Kevin Durant is somebody that's he like change.
But you know what? I'm not gonna be hard on him too hard because I even saw with the Cowboys back in the day, everybody ain't supposed to be a leader.
Yeah.
Even when the Cowboys winning championships, I mean, it's been a long time since in the 90s, but even during that time, Aikman wasn't a vocal leader on that football team. It was Mike Lervin.
Well,
being a veteran,
Aikman became
in the military. Everybody
Aikman became a vocal leader.
But I don't think you just come in and you could be that guy. You got to want to be that guy because you got to want to show it.
But while we talk about Devin Booker don't want to be that guy either.
Hey, Devin Booker still look like a baby. Like he just came out the womb.
That little boy got the rosiest cheeks.
Boy, he always just kind of, but that Joker cold though, boy.
Chris Paul came there and became a whole leader, and it's been Devin Booker team. Like Devin Booker also will be a Hall of Famer with hella numbers, and
that's why Phoenix won't go anywhere this year in the NBA playoffs because they don't have that leadership. They don't have that guy to step up.
They got some shooters though, and they got Brad Beasley too. Like they over there.
But he gotta stay healthy. That's the other thing.
I agree with everything except one part from what y'all said and what Barkley said. When KD was in Oklahoma, he was the leader, in my opinion, and he was on the process of being the type of leader that Charles was talking about, but then he jumped ship. Like he was like, yo, let's go. If he would have stayed in Oklahoma, I mean, I really believe that they could have. Listen, he wasn't like, come on, get in your. He wasn't that kind of a leader, but he was becoming that because if you remember, him and Russell started knocking heads a little bit, right? Because Russell was starting to get on his nerves. They were starting to because they were trying to figure out who's going to be the Batman, who's going to be the Robin. Right. So this was Kevin trying to say, "Hey, I'm Batman, you Robin, but you still cold now. Come on, let's figure out our roles on this team."
See Robin by themselves. You gonna take an L.
So Batman, no, he was like, if I got Robin, all right, let's go. We going to war. I got you. If I'm by myself, oh dang, okay, I got to figure something out. So Kevin was trying to become that, but Russell wouldn't let him. And then he's like, you know what? deuces. It is what it is. So that's the only thing I have different opinion on that. But other than that, hey, I agree. I don't think Kevin is going to lead his team.
I'm not knocking him to go on to Golden State because he was a free agent.
And
he has a chance to test the waters and see exactly where you be in the best position he needed to be in to win a championship. I have no problem with that. But I still think even when he was with Oklahoma City, I think it was Russell being more of a leader than Kevin.
The whole thing is Kevin Durant is a bottom line Hall of Famer, superstar NBA player. Is he a leader? I'm gonna go say no. Rock, is he a leader to you?
Nope. Not now. Nope.
Super Dave?
No, he's not a leader. No.
And when you okay, now let me add this question. We can wrap it up and go to this next. But when you think of a leader in basketball, who do you think of, Super Dave?
Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. I mean, there's a whole bunch of them, man. You got
Kobe Bryant.
I'm just trying to see
Isaiah Thomas. I mean, pick a team, especially back in the day.
I like
Kobe.
I like the Joker. I like
the Joker is a great example of a quiet leader.
I was about to say, I like
because you ain't got to be like Tony Dungy. He wasn't his coaching style wasn't loud.
Nope.
But he led that team and he had everybody on his back.
Yep.
So there's a such thing as being a quiet leader, and Kevin Durant
and just being quiet.
right. So, but hey, it is great. One of the greatest players to ever play. He'll be a Hall of Famer. It is what it is. So let's get ready to wrap up and talk about what's going on with storming the court after basketball game. Dukes Filipowski, he got injured because fans stormed the court. He got hit. I believe his knee got twisted. He got turned in a circle. Not a major injury, but it is. And then we see what happened with Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin pushed that girl.
She pushed her, absolutely. But it still started from she tried to play it off until they slow mode that bad boy.
The best flop.
Yep. They slowed that bad boy down. Even her coach is kind of like, well, they don't have to look at it.
Fine.
Damn near forearm shivered that girl before.
Yeah. So we slowed that thing down. But anyways, let's talk about this whole court storming, and they're trying to ban it from sports, period. That's coming up next. I'm just gonna say this, y'all. There's something cool about storming the field and storming the court after games.
Man,
I don't want them to ban it. So that's all I gotta say. What y'all got?
Man,
ain't gotta talk long about it.
No, it ain't nothing. Listen, y'all the number one team here. Here's a great example. My son Debonair was at Louisville's game when Notre Dame was in the top 10, and Louisville beat Notre Dame at night, and they all went on the field. And he was like, "Pops, I was out there on the field, dog. I'm gonna go out there too. My team ain't ranked. Y'all supposed to be these big David and Goliath. I believe in Jesus. David, let's go, David. Don't
stop right there. You ain't got to explain nothing. Dave, what you think?
Y'all are wrong. You got to get rid of this stuff. They did it in the NFL. They did it in Major League Baseball. They did it in the NBA. You should not be able to storm the court, especially after the team that loses. The fans are coming on the court that won. They're talking trash. They're getting in your face on these players that are leaving the court or leaving the field. At some point, you're still in battle mode. Somebody said something in your face. I know what we said about trash talking, but you're talking about fans doing this in front of your face. And one day, somebody's going to take a swing at a fan.
And one day that fan gonna get busted in the mouth, but then his other 20,000 friends at a basketball game at home gonna be right behind him. So we ain't saying incite the violence. We just saying let me live, man. Let me live. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, you can adjust.
I want to live in my seats. I want to live on the field. Let me be great.
All you have to do is make a slight adjustment. Okay. You can storm the field or the court, but you have to wait.
Make sure everybody is.
Make sure the players are off the court after the handshake, whatever. But even that's even pushing it. But I'm like, come on,
I don't like that.
That's hard to control.
Yeah, that's hard to control. Because now you got them people with the yellow jackets on who ain't making no money, minimum wage. They like, man, go ahead, dog. Underlay. Olay. It's all
It'd
good.
be like, what was the thing that happened in January at the Capitol? It'd be like that.
Storm it. Yeah, you don't want that smoke. Yeah, I'm saying let folk be great, man. I hope they don't take that away. Let's get up out of here, Rock.
Deuces, man. Hey, thank y'all for listening and watching I Hate the Homies. Episode number 89. Rock Teasy is who I be.
It's your boy Griff, aka not Cam Newton. How about that? It looked like Cam Newton was playing Uno with some people who ain't know the rules, and they gave him a draw 20. And I hate the homies.
And it's your boy Super Dave. And I can't wait for 2025 so I can stop seeing this 2024 National Championship of the Michigan Wolverines. Stop worrying that.
Hold on. I'm going to say this and we can go. Did y'all see that EA Sports is releasing that NCAA football dog? It's coming out this summer. All right, let's go.
There it is.
Crazy.
I hate the homies.